I talk about John Havlicek, um, small forward for the Boston Celtics back in the 60s, quite a bit. And the reason is because John Havlicek has 8 NBA titles. And in fact, he's 8-0 in the NBA Finals. John Havlicek has one of the worst shooting percentages of a Hall of Fame player in NBA history, of all the Hall of Famers, rather. And in fact, I believe he's ranked 197th all time in player efficiency rating, career PER. I want you to let that sink in. He's ranked 197 in PER, and he has 8 titles. He won both with and without Bill Russell. Okay? As a matter of fact, almost three-peated without Bill Russell. I say this because there is a narrative that needs to change so that we can truly appreciate Kobe Bryant's legacy. And that is this idea that you can look at a stat line and determine from the stat line who the best player was. You cannot. A basketball game is like a boxing match, okay? Different styles work against different fighters, and you cannot look at the CompuBox hit totals and determine who won the fight. Sometimes you have to beat some fighters with speed. Sometimes you have to beat them with defense. Some fighters you have to beat by knocking them out. It's strategy. So you can't look at a stat line and say, oh, well, this player is better than this player, especially when we're talking about Pantheon great NBA players. All of these guys can put up 35 points in a game if they want to. Okay? They're generally bigger, faster, more coordinated, more talented players than the other players. They can get 10 rebounds if they want. They can get 10 assists if they want. Lamar Odom once was quoted as saying if Kobe wanted to, he could have led the league in assists. Of course he could have. Okay? It is my contention that John Havlicek was better than Bill Russell. Yes, I said it. John Havlicek's impact on winning was better than that of Bill Russell. And the reason I say that is because of what I just discovered. In Boston Celtics history and throughout the entirety of the 60s run, only 2 players have led the Celtics to championships while being the only All-NBA team member that season. Those 2 players are Larry Bird and John Havlicek. And both of those players did it twice. Bill Russell never did it. You should let that sink in. For all 11 of Bill Russell's championships, there was another player playing at an All-NBA caliber that season. And most seasons, there were 2 teammates that were All-NBA that season. So every single year, it was either Tom Heinsohn or Sam Jones or John Havlicek playing at an All-NBA level alongside Bill Russell. And Bill Russell at the end of the season, they didn't have a Finals MVP, but we all know he likely would have won most of those awards. And winning the league MVP. essentially getting the glory, but he gets the glory when his team is good. See, it's one thing to be great, the best player on a team, on a very, very good team. It's quite another to lift a team that's not so good beyond its capabilities and put the team on your back and win a championship. Okay? John Havelicek did that twice. The 1969 Celtics won only 48 games. John Havelicek led the team in scoring and was second in assists and was the best free throw shooter and led the league in steals. They didn't they didn't keep assist totals at that time. And we know Bill Russell would have led the team in rebounds. Okay. He also did it in 1974. Okay. Led the team in put the team on his back and was the only member of the All NBA team of that team, or that season rather. Okay. John Havlicek's impact on winning was tremendous. I mean, if you compare Bill Russell and John Havlicek's statistics, career statistics, John Havlicek beats Bill Russell in scoring, was a better free throw shooter, and of course was a better playmaker. Okay? So, what are we really talking about here? What are we really talking about? It's certainly debatable, given what I just laid out. It's certainly debatable at this point. But Bill Russell had one more title than Sam Jones, and he gets the credit for leading the Celtics to 11 championships in 13 seasons. We have to start taking a nuanced look at who actually had the impact on winning. Okay? And not just the figurehead. Okay? How does John Havlicek relate to Kobe Bryant? Okay? Similarly, Kobe Bryant, low field goal percentage, but here's the thing. John Havlicek could create his own shot. Okay? And that's far more significant and important. Kobe Bryant and John Havlicek are, I think, number 1 and 3 all time in missed shots. It's not an accident. It's the ability to get a shot that's most impactful on the offensive end. It's not shooting, it's not taking safe shots. It's not only shooting, only scoring and shooting when you're in the paint or when you've got a wide open three. That's not as impactful. It's about the ability to create a shot. Okay? You have to look at the totality of a player's career and look at what they did in different circumstances. What did they do without help? Okay? Or when they had minimal help. Okay? You can't just look at the bare number of titles. What did they do in different circumstances? Okay? John Havlicek, top 20 player in NBA history, and I may even elevate him higher than that. And I think when we really look at John Havlicek and appreciate his greatness, I think we have to appreciate Kobe's.